upon this industry that people will have to look at that paradigm shift as we were talking about. But let me make two observations here. When I came in here in the morning and there was this agenda in front of us and we were to start at 9:45, half the hall wasn't filled, but the program started at 9:45. I've traveled all over India for these programs, whether they are clients or distributors. Programs never take off on time. And just to make that commitment regardless, I think is a fantastic demonstration of the ethics and the value system that Ask MFRT is talking about. And I'm sure that there's a long way to go for you, sir. Yeah? Congratulations. Now, my topic is about consultative selling. And when I chose this topic, I chose it deliberately because when I looked at Ask, and the objective was very clear in the name: attitude, skills, knowledge, which is the thing that will take you to further success and further growth. And while we all are quite knowledgeable about markets and products, and we can talk endlessly about recession and inflation and equities and fixed income, this aspect of that interaction with our client, when the salesperson takes over, a lot of old habits that we have, a lot of things that naturally come to us take over. And sometimes we are not at the most efficient best to actually make our sales call or that visit to our client very, very productive. And I think it is in the fact that you tend to get extremely transactional and not advisory. And it's always a challenge to become advisory. I have met a few people who have told me, I don't think there is something called advisory. Whether it is a private banker, whether it is a financial advisor, well, he gives me many options, he guides me through all that is available, and then I make my choice. And that's the reality that faces us today. That there are people who may believe that there is no advisory, and I strongly believe that there is. To me, as Kanak was showing me the presentation on the coffee cup, I was reminded of a perspective that I have on the financial services advisor. Now, when you think about it, you know, in the Indian society specifically, we tend to give a very, very high place for a doctor because he's trustworthy, he's gone through an education, and you put your life in his hands whenever you are ill. And he takes you out of that illness. But at the end of the day, you die. That he can't save you from. But a financial advisor does such a role for the individual that when he builds the wealth for that person, even after he dies, that wealth protects his family, his children, and creates the foundation on which everything else for that person, even after his death, goes forward. So I ask you, is an advisor more important or a doctor?